This is just a short video to evidence what was being spoken about in those last 5 laps of Abu Dhabi. I'm going to produce a video which will explain exactly why all of what is being spoken about now is totally incorrect. But I want you to keep listening to this and be able to understand that the things being said are lies, and there is no way that they should be saying these because it's not in conjunction with the rules of the sport. So when you actually see the longer video, okay, because that is going to explain it in full, but I just need you to see this. So I'm going to just play this. These are just the snippets taken out from what Brundle and Crofty said from the moment Latifi crashed. So here we go.
Oh no, Nicholas Latifi has crashed, and I think that is at turn 14.
Where we saw safety car.
And this now completely changes the context of this race if they can clear the Williams in time and we can have a couple of laps racing to the checkered flag.
There's bound to be a couple, and of course that's where Max...
Okay, there's bound to be a couple. So on average it takes around about 5.5 laps before racing resumes after a safety car incident. I've done the statistics on that in the safety car incidents since Michael Massey became race director. Okay, so recent history on the tracks that they use in the current Formula One calendar. So that's an average time. Now, if you look at track of view at the moment, Lewis Hamilton is completing his lap 53. Okay, he was on his lap 53 when Latifi crashed. Latifi himself was a lap down, was on lap 52. So Hamilton is now completing lap 53.
Verstappen's much fresher tyres will fire up. There will be, I'm pretty sure, on lap 52.
Okay, so now Hamilton's on lap 54. He's on lap 54. So we know that on average it takes 5.5 laps before racing can resume. Okay, so the whole of lap 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, that's 5 laps. So Hamilton had less than 5.5 laps remaining at the point in time Latifi crashed, or at the point in time certainly that the safety car was deployed. And I've done my statistics from the moment that the safety car was deployed, okay, before racing can resume. So we don't, the notion that Martin is presenting that there should be a couple, well, that's incorrect. That's baseless. Anyway.
Obviously because of the slow pace with 5 to go, that they'll probably have a lap or two as long as they get it, if they get a vehicle on there. So if there is a restart, Verstappen now has fresh soft tyres. Lewis has heavily used hard compound tyres. They will let any lap runners through on the safety.
Note the word of the use, any.
Car restart, and he will presumably end up, well, they had nothing to lose. Once again, Red Bull had nothing to lose here.
They have nothing to lose.
Verstappen tucked up behind Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin there.
But he won't be on the restart.
Will we get any more racing laps or not? What jeopardy at the end of this Grand Prix, the end of this World Championship. Will there be any more racing laps? If there are, then Verstappen has got the tyres to really do something with them. Will they let the lap runners through?
Well, they always do let the lap runners through, and in between Hamilton and Verstappen, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Leclerc and Vettel.
Yes, but if they do that, it extends the safety car period.
But that's what they always do, take the lap runners out of the way so they're not interfering in play.
What's the situation?
This is awful for Lewis then.
Notice the reason they give, not the truth, and I'll explain exactly why that is in the longer version.
With those hard compound, heavily used tyres, so there's the shunt then that caused the safety. There has to be a safety car there, and but will they let the lap runners through? I don't think it's absolutely mandatory, but that's normally on a wet day that they don't. And if so, how long will they wait for those lap cars to get out of the way? If they wait for them to catch the pack up, which they don't have to do, then I don't think we'll get a racing lap. If they let...
So, how long will they wait? He asks the question. We know the answer. The answer being that they'll release their lap cars, and then the lap after the safety car remains out on track to perform a lap, and then it comes in at the end of that one. the race director can keep the safety car on track for a bit longer if he feels that those released cars have not caught up with the pack. But we know that that's a minimum, so why is Martin Brundle asking the question in that way?
Them through, we could get one racing lap.
3 laps to go. Nicholas Latifi is free.
What needs explaining at 3 laps to go is that what we need to see is on this lap now, these lapped cars need releasing, so that then on lap 57, that can be that mandatory safety car lap, and that means we can see lap 58 as a racing lap. If we don't see those lapped cars release this lap, that dictates it's going to be a safety car finish.
Checo, we need to retire the car. We need to retire the car. Box.
And for the
really? Yeah, box.
And lapped cars will not be allowed to overtake.
It's not mandatory in the regulations, which leaves Verstappen with a lot of work to do then.
So, assuming that Hamilton and Bottas finish this race, the Drivers' Championship, though, is very much up for grabs. The lapped cars won't be allowed to overtake, which means that there are plenty of cars in between Hamilton and Verstappen for Verstappen to fight his way through. Norris, Alonso, and also Ocon and Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel.
None of which are for position, of course.
No.
They're obliged to get out of the way, but Lewis will be long down the road.
That I suppose is the compromise that race control have made here, by giving the best possible chance for racing to the finish rather than finishing behind the safety car. They've decided the lap cars will stay where they are.
Cancel that. Lap cars will not be allowed to overtake.
Yeah, of course. Typical decision.
It's classic.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I'll try and look at this objectively. We should get 1 lap of racing here. If we allowed the lap cars to overtake, we'd have no laps of racing to the checkered flag. So what do Red Bull want? And Max Verstappen and Gianpiero Lambiase as race engineer, do they want the chance, or do they want to finish behind the safety car with no overtaking? Because I think that is the decision that has come from race control. And personally, this is the decision that gives them the best chance if they want it.
Yeah, I mean, the regulation, as I said, they may allow the lap cars through. It's not mandatory.
Absolute lie, Martin Brundle. There's absolutely nothing in the regulations whatsoever which suggest that the procedure is optional. Absolutely nothing. Because it's not. Because it relates to sport in fairness, and you will see that evidence exactly in the longer video that I'm just about to produce.
Pointed out, but as you point out, Crofty, there'd be no racing laps if they let the lap cars through, because I think the safety car will come in at the end of this lap and there will be 1 racing lap.
They'll all get blue flags, I would imagine.
Christian and Michael.
Yes, go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, why aren't we getting these lap cars out of the way?
Just give me, well, because Christian, just give me a second. Okay, my big one is to get this incident clear.
You only need 1 racing lap.
Well, I assume Christian's talking about then, getting the lap cars out of the way, not clearing the incidents away.
Yeah, I mean, all of the cars in front of Max will get blue flags and are duty bound to get out of the way, but they're all in a reasonable fight themselves, aren't they?
Well, so here we go. Normally, you'd see the race leader backing up the pack a little bit when the safety car goes. I would imagine on this occasion, if we do get a lap, Martin, Hamilton will want to be disappearing off into the distance as fast as he can. Yeah,
I don't see any way Verstappen can do anything with that, but indeed, is the safety car coming in this lap? We think it should do, could do. Is there any more debris to clear up? But we're halfway round already.
Race control are now saying, lapped car.
Why do you think it should do, could do? There is nothing in the rules or regulations that would make you think that that safety car should be coming in this lap. We think it should do, could do. Why?
To overtake the safety car. So Norris and Alonso and Ocon and Leclerc and Vettel to overtake it.
And it's ending. Wow.
Mike.
So There's confusion, but the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So those back markers allowed to overtake the safety car, and that has now left Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen.
Michael, this isn't right.
It has left Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen side by side. Hamilton will be ahead. Verstappen is absolutely desperate to get on with this on that soft compound tyre. We're going to have one lap of racing to decide the championship in 2021. Hamilton has the advantage. Verstappen has the faster, fresher.
Yeah, Hamilton really has an advantage, doesn't he?
Tyres, and we have got 3.2 miles of racing action all the way to the...
Okay, so I've tried to keep this short because I know my videos are too long for most people. At some point I will do the final lap breakdown again, but it's, sorry, not final lap, the final 5 lap breakdown, but that video will take about an hour, and that will mean a lot of people won't watch it. But there is so much that I can now pick out. The original video I produced when I first set up this channel is 50 odd minutes long. I can add more detail to that now. Now, look out for the version where I am going to categorically explain what the safety car rules are and their purpose with a clear example. That is going to probably be about a half-hour long video. Again, most people won't watch it, but this is the problem with the sport. They don't educate the fans. They don't explain why things need to be a certain way. But I'm going to do that in the next video. So please make sure you watch the next video. Thank you.